I'm John Coles. I'm a director at Taylor Root. I focus on in-house legal hiring across the US.
John, you went to a conference, a GC conference yesterday, and topics were about M&A. What do you think that's going to affect in 2026?
Yeah, it was interesting. I said they spoke a lot about for this year deal volume being down, but deal value being up. When they look at kind of deals and kind of acquisitions, the kind of risk reward kind of appetite has become even more important. And deals are getting done. But I think they're a lot more selective about the deals they are looking at. And they spoke about the sectors, energy, technology, healthcare, which has been a very busy kind of market for me this year. We've been instructed on a number of kind of M&A counter roles in the last couple of months. At the start of 2025, from January to June, M&A was definitely quiet. So there's a lot more activity in the market, a lot more appetite, I think, to kind of get these deals done. And obviously that then translates into the need for companies to be hiring in-house kind of M&A talent.
And what do you feel 2026 will bring with the M&A market?
This year, we've seen a number of instructions for AI product councils to come on board and drive kind of AI programs for companies. There's obviously lots of new shiny kind of AI tools available now in the market, and I think that's going to continue. Legal teams need to kind of remember there's probably lots of tools already available to them through their own IT teams. As the thought of a nice shiny legal AI tool looks great. Teams that do have kind of budgets and are kind of worried about that, you can kind of start with IT and befriend them. And that's what they were talking about in the conference earlier in the week, that legal operations can still be done right and on a budget. And IT, if you befriend them, they will have tools to kind of make your job kind of easier. But I think the rapid development of AI is only going to continue. I think there's going to be a need for even more specialist lawyers within that space for next year. I definitely think that's going to be a very busy kind of market next year for us.
Yeah, I think the AI surge over 2025, we had our first instance of and actually being a part of an interview process for lawyers within our private equity firm, that they actually had a session on AI and how they use AI and the technology of AI and what they felt about AI. And it was a big part of the interview process, which was a first for us. We set up hundreds and hundreds of interviews, private equity firm, hedge funds all over the place. And this was the first time where they actually had specific carved out time, and it was part of the process, which was quite interesting and quite a surprise for the candidates as well. So it was a little difficult for us to prepare them.
What are you expecting to happen in 2026? What will be different?
I think 2026, the volume will be greater. 2020, in the beginning of the first half of 2025, the volume was okay. There was equal number of candidates on the market than there were opportunities out there, especially in financial services, also in the commercial industry. Last half of 2025, and we're not ending yet, but the volume has picked up tremendously. July and August were not normal summer months. They felt like September, October, which is usually the highest volume for recruitment, as everyone knows. That trend is continuing on an upward trajectory. 2026 seems to be, we're projecting a great year for 2026. The volume's going to be up. The equilibrium between what clients want to pay and what candidates want to receive seem to be leveling out a bit. After post-COVID, there was a tremendous variance between the two. That has been shrinking and shrinking. And I think it's kind of normalizing a bit now, especially in the legal market. Legal market in 2023 and 2024, the compensations were just skyrocketing. Now I think it's equalized a bit.
Sign-on bonuses were obviously a big thing post-COVID. Are you still seeing and expecting sign bonuses to be a big part of candidate compensation and offers next year?
It depends. The smaller funds are still offering sign-on bonuses because that's how they attract the candidates. They need some sort of tool to attract candidates from the larger funds. 2026, I believe that that will start to shrink a bit, especially sign-on bonuses are so connected to the time of year The quarter three, quarter four, you see more sign-on bonuses than you do quarter one or quarter two to make up for the bonuses that individuals are leaving behind, especially within financial services. 2026, I still think there will be a need for sign-on bonuses to attract certain talent, but I think that will lessen as the year goes on because of the equilibrium that we talked about between candidates and clients' compensation.